Alright, so I'm about to make some banana bread. Yeah, so let's make some banana bread. We need eggs, sugar, corn flour, corn baking soda, corn baking powder. Can you see it there? It's there. It's there. Corn salt, corn brown sugar, corn butter, corn bananas. So we do first what we do first. We take 1.5 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. So I didn't know like the proper way to measure into a measuring cup is to spoon into a cup and then level it off at the top, not just scoop with the cup you're measuring with. I did not know that until very recently, but that's the way. So doing that. One cup. And then a half or more. You take 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Baking powder. Calm down, calm down. Always want attention. 1 teaspoon baking soda. Half a teaspoon of salt. Put that in the mixing bowl. And just stir those ingredients together. In a separate bowl, you take 3 ripe bananas, 1 egg, and 3/4 of a cup of sugar and melted butter. I think it's like, I'm not going to pretend I know this recipe off the top of my head, especially when I put it right here to refer to it, but I was going to edit it out, but I'm not going to do that no more. 3/4 cup of white sugar and 1/3 cup of melted butter. 3rd banana in. And then we're going to mash them down. Add to that 3/4 of a cup of sugar. So here's why I am not doing the whole scoop into the measuring cup thing, because it's sugar. It doesn't get any denser. Add the melted butter. And we'll mix that up. You know what would have been really good? What would have been really good is if I had preheated the oven before I started all of this. But better late than never. Preheat the oven to 375 before you start this. Which means if you make this recipe while I'm making this recipe, you're gonna mess up like I did. But if you watch this first and then decide, hey, I'm gonna try that, then maybe you'll remember and you'll do it right the first time. And because I feel like you can do so very little wrong with it, I like to add vanilla extract to the wet mixture. And I don't know why, but with pretty much everything I do, cook-wise, baking-wise, if I'm adding vanilla extract, I add a capful. Like, universally. Doesn't matter how big of a thing I'm making or small of a thing. Capful. So we add the wet to the dry. Mix it up. We're going to take cast iron. We're going to cook this baby in cast iron. Put these eggs away, can't I? Did I put an egg in there? I did not put an egg in there. So the egg is supposed to go into the wet mix with the bananas and the sugar there. So you spray your, you grease your pan. However you grease your pan, but I spray mine with coconut oil spray. Then I pour my batter in. So my oven should only take like a couple more minutes to get to the point where it's actually at 375 degrees. In the meantime, I'm going to make the crumb. See what I'm talking about? In the meantime, I'm going to make the crumb for the top. So that looks good. That looks really good. This right here is better than your mom's banana bread.